A mediator is someone who attempts to resolve a conflict between two different parties. Two different people are fighting about something, and the mediator wants them to come to some kind of a resolution, some sort of a peacemaking agreement. Now, most often when a mediator goes to work, you could easily say, you know what, there's fault on both sides here. They overreacted with their words and lost their temper, but then the other side kind of instigated them and prolonged the debate and fueled the fire. So the mediator has to work on both sides. The mediator needs to be a good listener. Mediator needs to be patient, empathetic, and strategic. There's one conflict that you can't say, though, that there's fault on both sides. That is the conflict between a holy God who lives in heaven and sinful people who live in the mess called planet Earth. God has no fault. He has never done anything wrong. He has only shown love and perfection. Not one single time has he ever even thought something that was warped, twisted, sinful, or selfish. Human beings, on the other hand, have nothing that they bring to the table except the train wreck of greed, lust, frustration, and all of the words and activities that flow from that. Sinful humans bring their biases and their ranking of others lower than them or higher than them, their jealousies. It's a terrible thing what sinful human beings bring to the table. When a holy God gets together with sinful human beings, who could possibly mediate some kind of resolution? Because the holy God demands that sin be punished in full. He is only saying blood has to be shed for this. It is that awful. What have we come to as we come to this bargaining table where there is no bargaining? Here is where we come to, as described by Hebrews chapter 12. But you have come to Mount Zion, to the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem. You have come to thousands upon thousands of angels in joyful assembly, to the church of the firstborn whose names are written in heaven. You have come to God, the judge of all, the spirits of the righteous made perfect. They're all of the holy ones on one side of the table. And then here's the mediator. You have come to Jesus, the mediator of a new covenant, and to the sprinkled blood that speaks a better word than the blood of Abel. Jesus is the mediator of the new covenant. Not only is he patient and empathetic and listening and strategic as our mediator, he also is sacrificial. Holy God of heaven says blood must be shed for sin. The mediator, Jesus, says, I'll shed mine, my perfect, innocent blood that should stay in my body because I've lived perfectly, but I'm willing to shed it for those terrible sinners and all that they have done. What an astounding gift this mediator gives. The patience to love sinful people, the empathy to want us to be with him for eternity, the strategy to realize that this is the only possible way a resolution could happen if a perfect substitute sheds his blood for sinful humanity. And then, of course, the sacrifice, the mediator of the new covenant. What a gift you have in Jesus Christ, your Savior, who has correctly and eternally won for you a peaceful relationship with a holy God and everyone else in heaven to such a degree that now, in God's eyes, through Christ and his blood, you are just as holy as they are.